Taurus, hello! September will be a bright and pivotal month for you. Two eclipses are waiting for you, key planetary shifts and aspects that will touch your friendships, creative ideas, and inner growth. Get ready to fix the important things. There will be plenty of details. But before that, I ask you to subscribe to the channel, put likes or dislikes, and if you have questions, remarks, or suggestions, don't keep them to yourself. I'm waiting for your activity in the comments. This month there will be a total lunar and a partial solar eclipse, carrying powerful karmic energy that will help close old chapters and open new ones. Special attention to September 1, when Saturn, the one in charge of karmic lessons, leaves Aries and returns to Pisces in retrograde motion, where it will remain until February 14th, 2026. Since March 2025, Saturn in Aries has activated your 12th house, immersing you in deep reflections and inner challenges. Now it switches the emphasis to the 11th house, the sphere of friends, communities, and big plans. This is a window of opportunity to rethink your dreams, strengthen important connections, and lay the foundation for the coming changes. Before moving on to the main events, I want to note that this forecast should be considered not only by those who have the Sun in Taurus, but also by those who have the ascendant in this sign, as well as those who have a prominent moon in Taurus or a stellium. For those who want to receive an individual consultation, to draw up a personal horoscope for relationships, business, work, to take the maximum from your natal chart, in money and in love, and in spiritual growth in general, to change yourself and your life for the better, to look into the future without fear and anxiety, please write to my email, which is on the screen now. On September 1, Saturn leaves the sign of Aries and returns to Pisces, where it will stay until February 14, 2026. Since March 2025, Saturn was in Aries, touching your 12th house, the sphere of the subconscious, hidden processes, and inner fears. This could have manifested as a feeling of uncertainty, inner pressure, or the need to deal with what you usually prefer to ignore. You may have faced emotional challenges, secret experiences, or the feeling that some aspects of life require completion. Now, from September 1, 2025, Saturn temporarily returns to Pisces, activating your 11th house, the area of friendships, social groups, and long-term goals. This will soften the pressure of recent months, allowing you to step back from deep inner reflections and focus on interaction with others. Pisces in the 11th house brings back themes that were relevant in 2023-2024, reviewing social connections, getting rid of unnecessary contacts, working on collective projects or dreams that require inspiration and faith. This is a time to rethink your plans and ambitions, which of them are truly yours and which are imposed by society. You may want to complete old obligations to friends or groups, reconsider participation in projects that no longer inspire, or even forgive old grievances. For Taurus, who loves stability, this is also a chance to breathe new energy into your dreams, adding more creativity and intuition to them. Saturn in Pisces encourages karmic work, close old debts, whether unfinished promises, projects, or relationships in your circle. This is preparation for a new stage that will begin in February 2026, when Saturn finally enters Aries and shifts the focus to your inner world. September 1 is like a moment before a new start. Use it to put your social ties in order and lay the foundation for future achievements. On September 2, Mercury enters the sign of Virgo, where it will remain until September 18, activating your 5th house, the sphere of creativity, romance, and personal self-expression. For Taurus, this is a time when thoughts and energy are directed toward what brings joy and inspiration. Unlike your usual love of comfort and stability, you will feel a pull towards spontaneity, the desire to express yourself, or to delve into matters connected with hobbies, love, or entertainment. On this day, you may feel a surge of ideas, how to realize a creative project, add brightness to your personal life, or simply have fun. There will appear a need to bring your ideas to perfection, whether it's creating something new or improving what has already begun. This is a time to pay attention to the little things in your hobbies. For example, to hone details in art, to think through a date, or to organize leisure with loved ones. Mercury in Virgo also nudges you to take care of your inner state through pleasures. The fifth house is connected with joy, and now you may want to reconsider what makes you happy, from new hobbies to romantic gestures. This is an excellent moment to try something new, to sign up for a workshop, refresh your wardrobe, or bring fresh emotions into relationships, because your mind will sharply catch what lights the spark. In communication, you may become more expressive, but more demanding of details. You are usually gentle and diplomatic, but now there's a risk of getting fixated on imperfections in the speech or actions of others, especially in romance or creative projects. Try not to nitpick too much, so as not to spoil the light atmosphere. In general, such a Mercury gives Taurus the opportunity to enliven your creative and romantic side, adding structure and attention to details. On September 3, Mercury will be in a square to Uranus. For you, this day will bring flashes of unexpected ideas and a slight inner restlessness. You may suddenly want to rethink a creative project, make a bold move in love, or change your style, but thoughts will jump and plans may seem too risky. In romance or in communication with children, unexpected turns are possible, for example, spontaneous arguments or unusual proposals. Uranus stirs the craving for freedom, urging you to rebel against familiar frames. To use the energy of the day, try new approaches in creativity or relationships, but avoid hasty decisions. Keep balance so as to direct this impulse toward inspiration, not chaos. On September 4, there will be a square of Mars to Jupiter. For you, this day will bring a surge of energy, but with the risk of overestimating your strength or getting into conflicts because of ambitions. Mars pushes you to active actions in work matters or in caring for health, but the square to Jupiter can provoke the desire to take on too much, whether new projects, disputes with colleagues, or discussions with relatives and neighbors. You may get carried away with large-scale ideas but miss the details, which will lead to irritation or misunderstanding. Taurus, who loves stability, may feel inner tension. You want to act quickly, but routine requires patience. In communication, avoid harshness and excessive categoricalness so as not to spoil relationships. Also, be careful with physical loads. Overestimating your strength can harm you. Direct the energy into concrete, reasonable steps. Think through plans before you promise, and focus on tasks that will bring results. So we have reached one of the main events of the month. On September 7, 2025, there will be a total lunar eclipse in Pisces, activating your 11th house friends, social groups, dreams, and goals. For Taurus, who values stability and comfort, this day will bring an emotional shakeup that can illuminate your long-term plans and social ties, pushing you toward important realizations. The total lunar eclipse in Pisces enhances intuition and highlights hidden aspects of your life. In the 11th house, this can manifest as a sudden understanding of which friendly or collective ties truly support your dreams and which pull you back. You may feel a desire to reconsider your place in groups, to complete outdated obligations, or even to distance yourself from those who no longer correspond to your values. This is a time of karmic cleansing. Pisces urge you to let go of illusions about your goals or the people around you. Emotions on this day can be at a peak, especially if you have felt that your dreams or social life require changes. The eclipse can bring unexpected events, for example, a frank conversation with a friend, the completion of a project in a team, or the realization that your plans need to be adjusted. For you, this may be unusual, since you tend to hold on to stability, but Pisces teach you to trust intuition and let go of what no longer works. To use the energy of the eclipse productively, focus on inner work, write down your thoughts, meditate, or talk with a close friend to sort out your feelings. Avoid impulsive decisions such as breaking ties or sharp changes of plans. Give yourself time to digest emotions. This is also a day when it is worth avoiding major beginnings, since the energy of eclipses is chaotic. In general, the lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 7 will become for you a moment of rethinking social ties and long-term goals. Use it to clear the way for new opportunities, trusting your intuition but preserving your inherent earthy solidity. On September 10-11, there is a convergence of three objects at once: the Sun, Mercury, and the tail of the dragon in your 5th house. For you, this is a time of intense attention to what brings joy, but with a karmic subtext calling to complete old cycles. The Sun highlights your true desires, Mercury adds clarity in thoughts and communication, and the South Node pulls to the surface old habits, relationships, or creative approaches that it is time to let go of. You may feel the need to reconsider your creative projects, romantic ties, or interaction with children. For example, this may be a moment when you realize that the old way of self-expression is outdated, or you complete a hobby that no longer inspires. Virgo energy requires attention to details, so you will be inclined to analyze your actions, to discuss important topics with a partner. Returns from the past are possible, old hobbies, people, or ideas that require a final chord. For you, this period may cause inner tension. The desire to enjoy the moment collides with the necessity to deal with unfinished business. Focus on completing what prevents you from moving forward, whether an old project or outdated love habits. Avoid excessive self-criticism, since Virgo can make you too demanding of yourself. September 18 means a change of focus for you. Thoughts and energy switch from personal pleasures to practical aspects of everyday life. Your mind will become more oriented toward organization and cooperation. If earlier you were immersed in creative ideas or romantic experiences, now attention will be directed to work tasks, schedule, and self-care. Libra brings diplomacy and a striving for harmony, so you may want to improve relationships with colleagues, discuss work plans, or find a balance between duties and personal time. However, the influence of Libra can make you more indecisive, especially if you are trying to please everyone around you. You love clarity, but on this day you may hesitate, choosing between your desires and others' expectations. Use this time for negotiations or planning, but do not allow indecision to delay important decisions. In general, the transition of Mercury into Libra on September 18 encourages you to focus on work and household matters, bringing more harmony and cooperation into them. On September 19, Mercury forms harmonious aspects to Uranus and Pluto. For you, this is a day of clarity and inspiration. You may suddenly find creative solutions for work tasks or health, and also feel a surge of confidence in your goals. Ideas come easily, communication becomes convincing, and intuition helps you make the right decisions. This is a chance for a breakthrough in career or everyday affairs, but avoid impulsiveness. Keep balance to use this energy effectively. From the 19th to the 20th of September, Venus moves from Leo to Virgo. For you, this is a change of energy, from caring about home and loved ones to the desire to create, to love, and to express yourself with attention to details. You may feel a surge of inspiration for creative projects or romance. Venus in Virgo urges you to polish the little things in art, hobbies, or relationships. This is a time to complete old ideas, to refresh your style, or to add harmony to your personal life. However, Virgo can make you too critical, so avoid excessive perfectionism. In general, this transition will fill your life with joy through practical pleasures. So we have reached September 21. This is one of the strongest days of the year for you. On this day, there will be a solar eclipse in Virgo. For you, Taurus, it is especially important because it will highlight the themes of everyday life, habits, and how you organize your time. This eclipse is connected with the South Node, which means it is time to let go of the old and unnecessary. Everything that no longer works, that takes strength but brings no result, will demand review. You may notice that familiar schemes suddenly stop giving effect, as if the universe gently but persistently nudges you, enough doing it the old way. Try differently. The most interesting thing in this eclipse is the support from Uranus and Pluto, and that means the changes can be deep and inspiring. You will get a chance to free yourself from the routine that burdened you and to build something new into your life. Lighter, more creative, more authentic. In addition, the sail configuration makes the eclipse more favorable. Instead of chaos, clarity and energy for renewal. For someone, this will be a new rhythm of the day, new useful habits that really work. For others, a bold step toward creativity or toward a venture that you have long wanted to launch, but perfectionism got in the way. September 22 is the day of the autumn equinox, and here the sun also moves into the sign of Libra. The sail configuration still retains its influence, so there will be many events in general, not only for you but globally in the world. Also, all your planets will be in direct motion. This will also give dynamics. After the creative vibe of the previous days, your thoughts switch to organizing everyday life. You will want to put work tasks in order, improve relationships with colleagues, or reconsider habits, for example. Add more time for yourself to the schedule or try a new approach to health, like morning runs or a balanced menu. Libra brings lightness and the desire for harmony harmony into these matters, so you may feel an impulse to make everything beautiful, from a neat desk to diplomatic conversations with the boss. But there is a risk of getting bogged down in attempts to please everyone, especially if colleagues or circumstances start to press. So be yourself and keep the focus on your priorities. On September 24, there will be a square between Mars from the 7th house and Pluto in the 10th house. For Taurus, this is a day when passions in personal or business relationships can collide with your ambitions, causing inner tension. Mars in the 7th house heats up the desire to defend your interests in partnership, but its square to Pluto in the 10th house creates a struggle for control. You may feel that your partner, a colleague, or even you yourself is trying to dominate or manipulate in matters of status, work, or public roles. This can manifest as an argument with a loved one because of your career plans, or as pressure from the management that seems unfair. The energy of the day provokes sharp steps, but haste can harm. To cope with this aspect, try to direct your energy toward constructive actions. Discuss boundaries in relationships or reconsider your professional goals, but avoid forceful methods. Keep calm so as not to destroy important ties. September 2025 will give you a powerful charge for changes, from cleansing social ties to creative breakthroughs and order in routine. Use intuition and the energy of the eclipses to let go of the old and lay the foundation for the new, keeping a balance between inspiration and practicality. Your motto for this month is more confidence, less doubt, and perfectionism. I wish you good luck and see you soon.